Hi lovely friends, welcome to Bookish Mushroom. My name is Isa. Hope you're all having a lovely day. So today we are having a book haul. Why? Because I went through a breakup and I used retail therapy as my main therapy. I don't even want to look at the amount of books and calculate how much money I spent. It's kind of terrifying. I don't even want to look at it. Very happy that I got these books, but oh my gosh, can I chill? I can't really use the retail therapy excuse for longer. I think it's at a good place. I think I should have stopped where I stopped, so that's good. If you saw my previous video, you know that I got some books and I will be talking about those books today as well. But yeah, it's a very big tower of books. I don't even want to think about the amount of money that it's just like piled right next to me. It's scary. It certainly is. But hey, book buying ban from now on until I decide I don't have a book buying ban. No, but actually I need to chill because I just bought so many freaking books. I've got so many new books in my shelves. I cannot wait to get to them, and I cannot keep buying books if I'm not reading the ones that I have in my shelf, okay? Okay, so let's get started with this book haul. I'm so excited to show you guys all the books that I got, and yeah, without further ado, let's get started. How many books do I have? I've got 50 new books. Let's say, mathematically, if each of these were 10 euros, which they were not, that's 150 euros. That is kind of painful. I don't even want to think about the fact that that some of these are over 20. It's alright. It's alright. Let's get started. By the way, I'm gonna share these with no chronological order, so just keep that in mind, but I will tell you why and when I got them. First off, we got Fyodor Dostoevsky's White Nights. I got this because I saw Jack Edwards talk about it, and I trust his recommendations. I've never read anything by Fyodor Dostoevsky, but I'm excited. So I actually got this when I was at my ex's hometown. We went to this cute little bookstore independent called Red Lion Books, and it was so cute and adorable. It was just like the cutest, coziest little thing, and so I got it for £4. I think I'm gonna like this. It's very small. It's like a short story. I'm gonna tell you what it's about. I have my phone here with me because I don't trust myself in summarizing stuff because I kind of really low-key suck at summarizing stuff. I need to get better at it. Regardless, this is set in Petersburg. This is the story of a young man fighting his inner restlessness. A light and tender narrative, it delves into the torment and guilt of unrequited love. Both protagonists suffer from a deep sense of alienation that initially brings them together. A blend of romanticism and realism, the story appeals gently to the senses and feelings. Don't really know much about this book, to be completely honest. I just know that it has to do with romance and unrequited love. That's pretty much all I know. Don't really want to know more because it's such a short book that I kind of just want to dive into it blindly. I prefer to do that a lot. I just like hearing recommendations from people and just getting vibes, but that is a short synopsis of White Nights by Fyodor Dostoevsky. On to the next one. Next book I got was Flawless by Elsie Silver. This is gonna be my first ever Elsie Silver book. I am gonna be completely honest. I don't know how I feel about cowboy romance. So I'm gonna try this out. I'm gonna see if I like it. I am not a Western girly. I don't see the appeal 100%, but I'm willing to give it a shot because I think with the right writing and right characters, I might like it. So I'm excited to give it a go. If I don't like it, that's okay too, and we can just move on and be happy about our lives. But I want to give it a go because so many people that I trust in recommendations have been praising this author so much. I don't know the name of her other series, but they've been like raving about them everywhere, like all of them mutuals. So I'm excited to get to this. Hopefully, maybe in the summer. I don't feel like this is a spring book. I got this in The Works. It's kind of like a stationery shop. It has like a small book selection sometimes, and they have great, like amazing deals. They had like 3 books for £7. What do you mean? What do you mean? How is it that cheap? Like what? Insane. So I got this one and the 2 others that I'm going to show you next. I'm going to read the back. The rules were simple. Keep my hands off his daughter. But now I'm stuck with her. There's only one bed, and well, rules are made to be broken. Sorry, okay. I'm the golden boy of professional bull riding, or at least I was until it blew up in my face. Now my agent says I have to clean up my image, so I'm stuck with his ball-busting daughter for the rest of the season as my full-time supervision. But I don't need a goddamn babysitter, especially one with skin-tight jeans, a sexy smirk, and a mouth she can't stop running. A mouth I can't stop thinking about. She said this means nothing. I say this means everything. She says there are boundaries we shouldn't cross, that my reputation can't take any more hits, and neither can her damaged heart. I say I'm going to steal it anyway. Okay, so excited to read this book. Oh my gosh. On to the next one. Alright, the next two books that I got, I'm going to show you them together because they're part of a series, if I'm not wrong, a trilogy. But they are the Next of Kin, Next to You series by Hannah Bonham Young. I am so excited to read this. I wanted to get the Out on a Limb books before this one because I've heard better things about the Out on a Limb series, but Maya loves Next to You. She recommended it on her TikTok and I was like, that sounds like I would love that. Like I would eat this up. A Samoan man? Oh, please sign me up. I've heard nothing but great things about Hannah Bonham Young's writing, so I can't wait to get into these books. I think I'm gonna like them. I am excited to read them. Alright, I'm gonna read the back of Next of Kin, so hear it out. When people-pleasing Chloe learns that her birth mother has unexpectedly had another baby, she doesn't hesitate to become a kinship carer. But failing to meet social services' financial evaluation, she's faced with a choice. See her baby sister placed in foster care or participate in a new initiative where two prospective guardians join households to qualify. Enter Warren, a surly mechanic's apprentice attempting to get custody of his deaf 15-year-old brother. From the moment Warren drives up 30 minutes late, blasting music out of his car, Chloe is convinced that this is a very bad idea. But they eventually agree to live together for the sake of their younger siblings. In fact, they're far more similar than she could have imagined. What started as forced begins to feel natural, and far less lonely. Chemistry soon intensifies beyond what either of them can stand, but is their mutual attraction worth risking everything they've fought for? I do think that there's smut in this, so keep that in mind. Might be wrong, like I was with Assistant to the Villain. I think in the Assistant to the Villain haul, I was like, I think there's smut in this. There's no smut. Like, Assistant to the Villain is completely free and clean. Right, now I'm gonna read the synopsis of Next to You. Lane is in the middle of an identity crisis. Her friends are all partnered up, her career is heading nowhere, and she's just not happy. So after a night out celebrating her birthday, she makes one hell of an impulsive purchase. A giant 48-passenger yellow school bus that she intends to make her home. With little to no renovation experience but money from a large inheritance, Lane enlists the help of her friend Matt, a mechanic by trade, handyman by practice, and haughty by nature. While their mutual attraction is undeniable, Matt's a total family guy with "settle down with me" tattooed across his forehead, whereas Lane is entirely commitment averse. Matt and Lane have silently agreed that friendship is the only thing that can ever exist between them. So when Matt offers to help her with the bus and in the bedroom, Lane's sure it can never work. Can it? Cannot wait to get to these books. Oh my gosh. I do believe this is a trilogy, so I'm missing the third book. But I'm not gonna buy it until I finish the first two, because why would I do that? So excited to read these. On to the next ones. The next book I got is Mile High by Liz Tom Ford. I've heard, again, nothing but great things about this series. Oh my gosh. A lot of people don't like the first book, I believe, but I'm willing to give it a go. I think I'm gonna like them. I kind of am a sucker for a good sports romance, so cannot wait to get into this one. I do believe this is a 5-book series. I don't mind jumping into series and kind of like putting off the rest of them to keep reading more, but I will see how I feel about this. If I do like it enough, I do know that, like I said, some people don't like the first book a lot. I will try to read the second book if I like this enough to the point where I'm like, okay, you know what? I do want to read more books about this world. So yeah, but excited to read this. I'm gonna read you the back. Sanders. Chicago hockey isn't complete without me. I'm the player everyone loves to hate. The one who spends most of the game in the penalty box and leaves the arena with a different girl every match. I know my role and I play it well. What I don't know is why the new flight attendant on the team's private plane has got under my skin. Am I pushing that call button just to push her buttons? Or is it more than that? And then, Stevie. I thought I'd seen it all as a flight attendant, until I started working for the biggest diva in the sport. Unfiltered, unapologetic, too attractive for his own good, Evan Sanders. Now I'm second guessing everything. Even my promise never to hook up with an athlete again, no matter how annoyingly tempting he is. I feel like I'm gonna squeal after every single romance that I have with me. I don't think I have more, to be completely honest, but excited to read this book. Cannot wait to see if I like the series, if I like the characters. I am just excited overall. On to the next one. Next up is something completely different from everything else in here, and that is Bramley Hedge by Jill Barklim. This is a complete, like, every single tale of Bramley Hedge. If you do not know me, I am also an artist and I make illustrations, and they're very much Bramley Hedge, Beatrix Potter-esque. I get great inspiration from these books and from these tales. So just reading this type of book, looking at the illustrations, just, it fills something inside of me. It fills a hole of like whimsy and magic, and just, it makes me feel like a kid, and I love nothing more. So it genuinely makes me super, super happy to have this. I got this in Waterstones when I was in the UK. I was so happy to get it. Like, oh my gosh, it was it just filled my heart with lots of love and joy, and I am so excited to have this book with me, because if you have not seen the illustrations from Bramley Hedge, you need to look them up, because oh my gosh, they are gorgeous. They are so incredibly beautiful. I love to read and consume media that makes me feel creative, that makes me feel like wanting to create. So I'm super, super excited to have this with me. It's like the art is just absolutely gorgeous, and the stories are also just beautiful. So I definitely recommend, if you like little critters and kind of anthropomorphic animals, I would suggest reading these. Yeah, I hope to one day make my own storybook with my own illustrations. I just have yet to think of a story. Some of my little characters and critters do have backstories. I have this one little mouse that is a berry hunter. She's adorable. Her name is Mora. I'm gonna put a picture of her here. She hunts for berries, and I have her like entire house detailed in my mind. And she makes this like berry pies, and she invites all of her friends, and it's just like, I just love that. So maybe one day I'll actually make a storybook. Who knows? Hopefully. Crossing my fingers. So yeah, that's the complete Bramley Hedge by Jill Barklim. I'm so excited to just have this with me for the rest of my life. Moving on, the next books that I have are actually a series, they're a trilogy. And those are the Poppy War Trilogy by R.F. Kuang. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to get into these books! So I actually got these books because R.F. Kuang's gonna be here in Madrid for our book fair. There was going to be an event hosted by the editorial that publishes her books in Spanish, which is Editorial Hydra. However, the tickets sold out in the first 2 minutes. I unfortunately sent my application like 30 seconds too late. It's a free event, so the tickets went live at 10 a.m. and I sent in my request at 10:02 because you had to kind of write stuff. And unfortunately, I sent it like maybe seconds too late because the tickets sold out in the first 2 minutes of the thing going live. So unfortunately, won't be able to get her to sign these books, but I think she'll still be at a booth signing books in the fair, not just an event. So I will be showing up. I will be getting my book signed. Again, nothing but great things about R.F. Kuang's writing. I have actually seen some of her interviews talking about her books. Really excited to read Catabasis, not entirely sure how you pronounce that. This is kind of out of my, not comfort zone, because I'm comfortable reading anything, but it is out of my usual zone, let's say like that. It's not something that I tend to gravitate towards, but I've heard that it is just great writing. I've not met or encountered a single human that does not like the Poppy War. So I think it's gonna be a pretty safe bet. Also, I'm wearing shorts. I'm not naked underneath here. I think I'm gonna really like this book. Excited to read R.F. Kuang's writing. In fact, I have her other book. I did also get Babel. So now I have 4 books by R.F. Kuang. I actually got this secondhand. It's like the spine is very well kept for being secondhand. On the way home from when I got this, my headphones died, so I just started reading this. Pretty good. Like, I'm really liking the premise of this entire thing, but regardless, let's go back to Poppy War. Like I said before, I tend to go into books not knowing much, just kind of vibes, right? Just hearing people recommend it, being like, oh my god, this is one of the best things that I've ever read. Not explaining what the book's about, but explaining why they liked it. Yeah, excited to read this. Let's read this synopsis. I'm gonna get my phone really quickly. When Rin aced the Keju, the Empire-wide test to find the most talented youth to learn at the academies, it was a shock to everyone. To the test officials who couldn't believe a war orphan from Rooster Province could pass without cheating, to Rin's guardians who believed they'd finally be able to marry her off and further their criminal enterprise, and to Rin herself, who realized she was finally free from the servitude and despair that had made up her daily existence. That she got into Sinigard, the most elite military school in Nikan, was even more surprising. But surprises aren't always good, because being a dark-skinned peasant girl from the south is not an easy thing at Sinigard. Targeted from the outset by rival classmates for her color, poverty, and gender, Rin discovers she possesses a lethal unearthly power, an aptitude for the nearly mythical art of shamanism. Oh, that's so cool. See, this is the first time that I'm reading a synopsis, so it's kind of annoying that I'm reading this to you because I want you to know what the book's about, but I'm also finding out what the book's about. Exploring the depth of her gift with the help of a seemingly insane teacher and psychoactive substances, Rin learns that gods long thought dead are very much alive, and that mastering control over these powers could mean more than just surviving school. For while the Nikar Empire is at peace, the Federation of Mugen still lurks across the narrow sea. The military advanced Federation occupied Nikan for decades after the First Poppy War, and only barely lost the continent in the second. And while most of the people are complacent to go about their lives, a few are aware that a third Poppy War is just a spark away. Rin's shamanic powers may be the only way to save her people, but as she finds out more about the god that has chosen her, the vengeful phoenix, she fears that winning the war may cost her humanity, and that it may be already too late. That's the synopsis for the first book. I'm so excited. I didn't know it had anything to do with actual shamanic powers. That is so dope. See, now I'm even more excited to read it. I kind of hate that I had to read it, but also at the same time it's making me more excited to read it. It's such a contradictory feeling. It actually came with a map because it's the box set. It's so pretty. I looked at it the other day when I got this. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Cannot wait to read this, and eventually I will. Would you like to see a reading vlog of the Poppy War series? I think it might be fun to read that and film it at the same time. So let me know if you're interested in that. But yeah, that's The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. Let's move on to Babel. Like I said, Babel by R.F. Kuang is also another book that I got because I thought I was gonna meet Rebecca. I will. I eventually will. I started reading this, like I said, on the way home from when I got it. It just sounds so cool. I actually want to read Babel first before I read the Poppy War, because I'm kind of more interested in the story of Babel. Not to say that I'm not interested in the Poppy War, because oh my gosh, that was actually so cool to read what it's about. But I don't know why I feel like I'm really gonna enjoy this book a lot. So I'm just excited to read this. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna read to the back. An act of translation is always an act of betrayal. Oxford, 1836. The city of dreaming spires. It is the center of all knowledge and progress in the world. And at its heart is Babel, Oxford University's prestigious Royal Institute of Translation, the tower from which all the power of the empire flows. Orphaned in Canton and brought to England by a mysterious guardian, Robin Swift thought Babel a paradise, until it became a prison. But can a student stand against an empire? That's all that it says in back, and that's what I'm gonna keep it as. If you want to know more about these books, obviously look them up yourself. But yeah, so excited to read Babel. I think I'm really gonna like this. I think, and this is me being really hopeful, I don't usually do this at all, but I think this might be a 5-star read for me, which is a lot. I think this might be a 5-star book. I don't know, it's kind of it's got aura. It's just calling out to me to just read it. It begs to be read. So I'm excited to read this book. Can't wait to get to it. On to the next one. Next up, we have the 4 books that I got in the last vlog. So if you've seen that, you know what I'm going to be talking about. But you don't know what the books are about because I didn't really say anything in that video. So first up, we have Days at the Murasaki Bookshop by Satoshi Yagisawa. Picked this book up because I've, again, heard really good things about it. And just the premise of it seems so incredibly cozy, seems so sweet and like heartwarming, and like a nice cup of matcha latte. Like it just warms your belly kind of vibe. So I'm gonna read you the back. A tale of families, love, new beginnings, and the comfort that can be found in books. From the beginning of summer to early spring, I lived at the Murasaki bookshop. I spent that period of my life in the spare room on the 2nd floor of the store, trying to bury myself in books. The cramped room barely got any light, and everything felt damp. It smelled constantly of musty old books. But I will always remember the days I spent there, because that's where my real life began. And I know, without a doubt, that if not for those days, the rest of my life would have been bland, monotonous, and lonely. The Murasaki bookshop is precious to me. It's a place I know I'll never forget. That's what the back says. I just think that that sounds so cozy and so cute and like heartwarming and just mundane. Like there's such a beauty in the mundane and in the romanticizing your life, your mundane life, your daily life, things that you do every single day that have become routine and you don't really appreciate them or give them the attention that sometimes we need to give them in order to feel like we're doing something purposefully and intentionally. And it just gives me that vibe. It gives me the vibe of like, this is a life. This is quiet, still life. So yeah, again, so excited to read this book. I think I'm really gonna like it. I have to read it during like the transition of spring to summer. Great song by Listen McAlpine, by the way. Days at the Murasaki Bookshop by Satoshi Yagisawa. I think I'm really gonna like this. On to the next one. Next up, we have Boys with Sharp Teeth by Jenny Howell. Like I said in my previous video, I have not heard anything about this book before, but the cover is so stunning. I had to get it. Oh my gosh, it is so incredibly beautiful. I was like, I must judge a book by its cover. It's gorgeous. Then I read the back and I was like, ooh, even more intrigued. I loved it. I'm gonna read it to you. Welcome to Huntsworth Academy. 17-year-old Maren James has spent her entire life living in the shadow of the exclusive Huntsworth Academy. And when her cousin's dead body is found in the creek on school property, Mary knows exactly who's to blame. Adrian Hargreaves and Henry Wu, the dangerously alluring leaders of the school's social elite. Swapping her ripped jeans for a school skirt, Maren infiltrates Huntsworth to seek justice, but her quest is quickly muddied by the confusing attraction to her new life and to the 2 dysfunctional, depraved boys who somehow understand her better than anyone ever has. When Maren uncovers an otherworldly secret the boys are hiding, the lines between right and wrong, love and hate, and nightmare and reality begin to crumble, and nothing is as it seems. A deliciously dark tale of revenge, sinister privilege, and forbidden desires. Cannot wait to read this. It sounds so cool. Definitely a fall book. Academy, revenge, forbidden desires. It's giving rainy autumn day with candles lit up, classic music in the background. Yeah, definitely giving that. And also just like the cover, it's just, oh my god, it's such a gorgeous cover. I've never heard anyone talk about this, but it just caught my eye and I was like, I'm gonna get it. It sounds so cool. So, Boys with Sharp Teeth. Next up, we have The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I remember this book being insanely popular, like a standard in mid-2010s booktube. I remember hearing everyone talk about this book. It's like a classic, like a modern classic at this point. I really want to read it. So I'm gonna read it back. The circus arrives without warning. Full of breathtaking amazements and open only at night, Le Cirque des Rêves seems to cast a spell over all who wander its circular paths. But behind the glittering acrobats, fortune tellers, and contortionists, a fierce competition is underway. Celia and Marco are 2 young magicians who have been trained since childhood for a deadly duel. With the lives of everyone at the Circus of Dreams at stake, They must test the very limits of the imagination and of their love. Are you joking? That sounds so cool! Obviously, I'm a Caraval girly. I love Caraval. I actually just finished my third reread of Legendary. Great book. Love it. I'm really excited to read this book. It's definitely giving me Caraval vibes before Caraval was written. I could see Stephanie Garber being influenced by this type of book. It wouldn't surprise me if she was. I still haven't read it, so I could be just talking out of my ass. Yeah, so can't wait to read this. I think I'm gonna like it because it does give off like circusy vibes, Caraval vibes. I love that kind of ambience, so can't wait. I do love magic as well. Like, I just love a circus ambience, you know? Like a setting. I love that. It's got a certain, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like a oomph to it. So, Night Circuits. Can't wait to read this. Next up, we have Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. Like I said, again, in my last vlog, I've been wanting to read this for the longest time, but last time that I went to the bookshop where I got this, which is Secret Kingdoms here in Madrid, they didn't have it. They were actually sold out. Everyone's obsessing over it. I have to read it. I have to read it. People that I look up to, people that I follow, people that are my friends, love this book. Love, like, I'm not joking with, like, they're obsessed with this book and the author. I gotta read it. I have no other option but to read it. So I think this is actually gonna be my next read. I'm between this and Babel, but I feel like Babel is gonna be too much. I'm currently not reading anything. Like, I just finished reading the 2 books that I was reading, so I feel like I need to read something a little bit different. I mean, both of these, like Babel and Legendborn, they're kind of drastically different. Have not read them, so could be just speaking nonsense, but I don't think they're very similar. I do think that they have like an academic setting, so I'm gonna like that about both of them, but I think that's kind of where the similarities stop. Cannot wait to read this book. I'm gonna read it back. It sounds so cool. I need to read this book now. Some legacies are meant to be broken. After her mother dies in an accident, 16-year-old Bree Matthews wants to escape. A residential program for bright high schoolers seems like the perfect opportunity, until she witnesses a magical attack her very first night on campus. A flying demon feeding on human energies. A secret society of so-called Legendborn that hunt the creatures down. A mysterious mage who calls himself a Merlin and who attempts, and fails, to wipe Bree's memories of everything she saw. The mage's failure unlocks Bree's own unique magic and a buried memory from the night her mother died. Now Bree will do whatever it takes to discover the truth, even infiltrate the Legendborn. But when the Legendborn reveal themselves as the descendants of King Arthur's knights, oh, it's so cool, and foretell a magical war, Bree must decide how far she'll go for the truth. Should she use her magic to take the society down or join the fight? Are you doing? I keep forgetting that this is like descendants of King Arthur's. Like, it has kind of like round table, Knights of the Round Table vibes. And that is so cool to me. I've never read any like King Arthur's type of book, but I did love Once Upon a Time, and I loved that vibe. Like, I love. I eat retellings so hard. I love them so bad. And I feel like I honestly haven't read retellings. I've never read any retellings, I don't think. So excited to read this, or like things inspired by a fairy tale or stuff like that. I will probably be making a reading vlog for this one for sure, because I do want to read this and film my thoughts, because I don't know, I feel like I'm really gonna like it as well. Definitely not like level of Babel that I'm like predicting 5 stars, but maybe like 4 and up for sure. I think I'm gonna be entering my magical era, and I'm excited about that. I've been in my romance era. I obviously stopped because of my breakup and I didn't want to read anything romantic, but I did finish reading Witcher and Blackbird, which I really enjoyed. I'm gonna continue reading on the series, but I need to get the second book. But we are on a book buying ban because I got so many books. What is this? I will be putting a pause on that because of the fact that I need to stop wasting so much money on books. As much as I love to stay inside and read books, a girl's gotta go outside and touch some grass. I need to take my friends out to like eat or something, and I keep buying books. I can't do that. I gotta manage my money better. So I gotta stop. So we're putting a pause on books that I don't own, okay? Sorry, I got kind of violent, but Yeah. Anyway, last but not least, we have, again, similar to Bramley Hedge, this completely different genre, and that is the Stardew Valley Cookbook by Concerned Ape and Ryan Novak. I probably haven't spoken about this because there's kind of like no necessity for me to speak about this in my videos, but I love Stardew Valley. Oh my gosh. Stardew Valley is such a fun game. I think it's the one game that I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm a gamer. I love Stardew Valley. I'm hardcore till I die. I love Stardew Valley so much. There's something so like wholesome and so cute, and like the storyline and the graphics and the way that everything looks, and it's so cute and wholesome, and I just want to live that life. It just brings out something happy in me. It gives me joy. It kind of gives me the same vibe as Bramley Hedge and Beatrix Potter, where I'm just like, it just brings me so much happiness. It makes me feel more creative. It makes me feel like I'm feeding my creativity, you know? So yeah, I got the cookbook because I didn't know it existed until I saw a YouTube video where someone was making one recipe from each season. Because if you don't know about the game, it's kind of sectioned during seasons. So the book too is sectioned in seasons, and it is like actually such a gorgeous book, and the illustrations are so cute. Like for example, this is like the content. So you have spring, summer, fall, and winter, and you just have like different recipes, and they're so cute and so pretty. I want to try the ginger ale so bad. And what I love is that it's not just like recipes, it's that it's actually like some thought was put into this, because then you have like different, like the characters adding little notes. Isn't that the most adorable thing ever? Are you joking? It's so cute. So I just think it's one of the most beautiful things ever. It's so cute. I love it. When I cook eventually some of these recipes, I'm gonna be feeling like, yeah, I'm that farmer. I am me in that game. So I just think that this book is just adorable. I love the game so much. I love the music. I'm gonna be cooking with music from the game on when I make these recipes. But yeah, so Stardew Valley Cookbook. Cannot wait to try some of these recipes. They look delicious. Delicious. If you have never played Stardew Valley, please do yourself a favor and play it. It's so good, it's so cozy, so cute. The music is gorgeous, and definitely worth it. Yeah, that is, oh my gosh, that is all the books that I got. Do you understand now why I'm like so terrified when I was looking at it to the side? It just hits, it's a huge tower of just money. It's so much money. How do I do this? Oh my god, I'm scared. Oh my god! Oh my god, oh my god. Oh, I am so scared. Why am I doing this? I'm not even gonna hold them up, because that's just like me wanting to die. That's just like having a death wish, really, if I was to hold them all up together. Oh wait, actually it's not that difficult. See, this is like the image of book buying ban. Like looking at this, I'm reminded why I need to stop like buying books, because that is so many books. That is so much money. Oh my gosh. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me to talk about all of the books that I got as retail therapy, because it rocks! Yeah! That was awful, I'm sorry. But thank you so much for watching. Please be on the lookout for more videos in the future. Let me know if you read any of these books, and please let me know if you'd like to see a reading vlog of either of these books, because I would be down to film them 100%. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Follow me on all of my social media. It's Bookish Mushroom everywhere except on TikTok. I have a little dot, a little period in between Bookish and Mushroom, because Bookish Mushroom is taken. Keep that in mind. But you can also follow me on my art accounts as Starry Tree Studio everywhere as well. Thank you so much for joining me again. Have a lovely, 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 gorgeous day ahead of you, and we'll see each other in the next video. Thank you so much for being here. Bye bye!